It's funny. I look back to who I was 2, 3 years ago and I laugh. Not because of who I was, we all look back on these years and cringe a little bit, but because of who I thought I'd be now. I'd imagine myself as having figured it out, who I was, who I wanted to be, where I'm going with my life. But I haven't, and that scares me a little bit. It used to scare me a lot. When it comes down to it, though, I don't think any of us really have it all together. Some of you may think you do. You'll go to college, get a degree in whatever, get married, find success, happy ending, hugs all around, and I envy you. I wish you the best. I don't, though. I look at who I thought I'd be now, self-assured and calm, confident in my future, and I wonder if I'm ever going to be that way. Somehow I don't think so. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. We're all growing our entire lives. Some of us more than others, but we're all trying to figure this out. Personally, I've accepted this. I'm never going to have it all together. I'm always going to be screwing up in some way, but I'm always going to be learning from these mistakes. I'm always going to be moving on. Life isn't about the final destination. It's about finding your way in the chaos we call existence and becoming a better person from these experiences. Take Jay Gatsby, for instance. He held this belief, this almost manic optimism, that things were going to work out for him. This conviction was so great that he spent his entire life working toward this end goal. In some ways, Gatsby's optimism is something I can relate to. He had a drive to succeed that carried him past all obstacles, and I believe I have a similar drive. What I don't agree with about Gatsby's mindset, though, is the fact that he was so concentrated on this end goal of winning over Daisy that he never changed as a person. He stagnated as the person he was all those years ago, never realizing that he had accomplished what nearly everyone else would perceive as success. He was so concentrated on what society perceived him as that he never knew who he actually was. Society had, in a way, predetermined his fate. Let's look for a moment at Chronicle of the Death Foretold. The town knew of the upcoming deaths. Not only this, but they knew who was going to do it, and more than this, some knew who was being killed, some knew how, some even knew where and when. Yet no one did anything. They all knew something was drastically, mortally wrong, yet no one thought to tell the brothers who were actually in trouble. Society manned the guillotine. The blade hung poised above the two unfortunate necks, and not a soul warned the two victims of the danger they were in. This feeling of society holding some information that I'm not aware of is something I've honestly thought of. Not in the same way as in the story. That'd be a tad morbid, right? But at times I've felt, naive, ignorant, in the dark. At times I've felt as if my peers around me know something I don't. They are confident in their future, secure in their convictions. To me, it seems as if they figured it out already. Me, I'm still working on it. I'm not alone, though. Really, I don't think any of us are alone in anything. Look at 1,000 Splendid Sons. Miriam suffered hardship after hardship, losing her mom, getting shunned by her father, living with an abusive husband, and more. Similarly, Lila endured much loss, losing her parents, watching her best friend move away, thinking that same person was dead. Each was suffering in their own way, yet the two of them found their way in a world that didn't want them to. In the end, found solace in the struggles of each other. It's this knowledge that I'm not the only one dealing with this doubt, this questioning, that has helped me come to terms with the fact that I'm always going to be learning how to be a better person. There's never going to be a point where I look in the mirror and think, I've got it all together, and I'm fine with that. But really, I'm more than fine with that. I feel like society paints us, or at least young men, to be the same way, confident, maybe even a tad cocky, pass well grades in school, not averse to the whole party scene, yet somehow possessing the knowledge of where exactly they will be in 10 years. I'm not this person, and I don't want to be this person. I want to find my way. It's perhaps Huck Finnian in nature, but I don't care what society says I should be at this point in my life. I want to be like him, to set sail on a swollen river with naivety and hope as my compass, to find the world around me by having an escaped slave on board. I want to come out at the end of this river, not knowing perhaps the entire significance of what I just went through, but knowing that I am better because of it. I want to find my way because, well, I'm still growing up. They say high school does that for you. Well, to whoever thought that little pretty up, wrong on my account. Thank you kindly. Have a nice day. I'm still searching. For what? I don't know, and really, I don't think I'm supposed to know. I'll always be searching. From these searches, I'll always be finding answers. And answers as we all know, and I'm giving you more questions. This, I believe,